You're listening to the Business and Life Podcast, where 7 days a week, proven entrepreneurs share their success stories, failures, and give you true value on how you can build a great business and an awesome life. With your host, Mike Olivas.
Josh, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm stoked to talk to you. So let's talk a little bit about, let's tell our listeners, I guess, where you're from and something interesting about yourself.
Yes. Well, I'm from New York. Something interesting. Well, very handsome. That's number one. Now, something interesting about myself. Well, I'm a very big ice hockey player. I love ice hockey. I also like to take ice baths every day. 37 degrees. Every day. I never miss a day. I haven't missed a day in the last 22 years of my life.
You take, what was that, every day?
Ice baths every day.
Really? That's awesome. Do you have a special ice bath set up for that?
I do. It's in my house every day. A lot of benefits to it. A lot of benefits.
Yeah. No, I've read a lot about that. That sounds pretty awesome. So when do you do that? First thing in the morning?
I do it after my workout, as soon as my workout's done.
Oh, okay. Very cool. And you really see the benefits from that, huh?
100%.
That's awesome, man.
100%.
So let's talk a little bit about, GYMGUYZ. Tell me a little bit about what your business is all about, what it is that you do, what kind of value it brings to the marketplace.
Absolutely. Well, we are literally disrupting the whole entire fitness industry. We bring the workout to you. There's no brick and mortar. We come loaded in our van full of 365 pieces of equipment. I like to break it down one for each day of the year. We provide our 3 C's. Those are the core competencies of our business, and that's convenient, customized, and creative workouts, and we service clients anywhere. Home, office, pool, park, place of worship, hospital, senior homes, assisted living facilities, daycares, you name it. You want to work out in the closet? We can make it happen. We literally bring the workout to you.
Awesome. Is this like let's paint a picture for the audience. Is this a bus, an RV? How's that look?
It's just a normal size cargo van. Stocked
Awesome.
with everything, and we bring everything in that's needed to get you have a great workout.
Very cool. And so is your model kind of like subscription based, Josh? How's that work?
So it's all package based.
Cool.
No membership models. It's all package based.
Okay.
We're the first to professionalize it, first to do it, and first to franchise it.
Oh, awesome. So when did it become a franchise?
We started franchising in 2014.
Awesome.
So 5 years ago.
Oh, that's very exciting. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you start the company, by the way, Josh?
I started the company in 2008 out of my parents' dining room, bootstrapped with 15 grand.
Yeah, buddy, I'm no stranger to that. And I moved home at the age of 30 as well to kind of start my first venture. And it is what it is. But I mean, I think we're all better because of it and learning the processes of it and kind of putting your back against the wall made it happen.
100%. There's no other place I'd rather be. My back against the wall.
That's right, man. That's necessary. So let's talk a little bit about some of your journey here. So give me a story. And you've been a successful entrepreneur, Josh. I'd love to chat with guys like you to kind of teach the listeners out there and give back a little bit about with our story. But tell me a time where you felt you've hit rock bottom or close to it, and you had to really kind of just suck it up, figure it out, and overcome that disaster.
Well, when I got an eviction notice in my apartment because I couldn't pay the rent, and I was always trying to pay, the most important people I had to pay first, and that really wasn't a priority, and I didn't think that was going to happen so quick. And that night I slept in my van because I didn't want to go home and tell my parents at the time that I got kicked out of my apartment. And then I found, this is like every single week for years and years and years. Then I had to figure out how I was going to make payroll that week at the same time. And I had some money in my life savings, but, I really needed I really needed 3 times that amount. So I had this crazy idea that I was going to drive to the casino, and obviously red's our color. So I was going to play red. And if I hit red 3 times, I'm going to have the money, right? So I'll make payroll. I actually considered doing that, which is a really stupid idea. And I did not do that. But instead, I called every single client I had at the time. I ended up raising, I only needed 21 grand for payroll. I ended up raising $46,000 overnight. I couldn't take credit cards because I needed to get the checks and I needed to cash it into the bank. Literally gave away over 100 free sessions to so many different clients and literally drove around all around Long Island here in New York collecting checks, got to the bank before the bank closed, got the money in there. There's always a way.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty, I mean, just to talk about, we just talked about the back against the wall, right?
Listen,
so
anything is possible. You just got to believe it. The problem is most people are scared, you know, and that's the problem. And, you know, I don't know if you know what fear stands for, but it's false expectations appearing real. And a lot of people get screwed and think that, you know, they let fear get in. And when fear gets in, everything gets screwed up. Look, when you are fearless, your life will become limitless.
I love that. I love that, guys. In terms of your gym and your gym idea, Josh, how did you come up with it?
Yeah, so it's not a gym, right? It's mobile. So,
right.
You know, people, we live in an Amazon world. Everything's about convenience.
Yep. If
your business is not Amazon proof, you're going to die. It's very simple. And at the end of the day, I've always been in the fitness industry and I've always loved training people, but trainers and doctors are no different. Doctor without patients is unemployed, and a trainer without clients is unemployed. And I used to always say to myself, how am I going to make money when I'm not working? But, you know, I graduated my bachelor's degree and, you know, I was supposed to get a 9-to-5 job. So that's what I did. I got a 9-to-5 job working for a boss. That's the worst thing you could ever do in the world. And here I am in an environment that I'm so unhappy with. And I said, you know what, let me go back into fitness. I'll figure things out. So I had to go build up all my clients all over again. One of my clients at the time came in late and said, Josh, I wish you can come to my house. I just don't have any equipment. And that's when the light bulb went on. I was like, wow, this is like one of those ideas where it's like, why didn't I think of this? How great would it be if I got a van, stocked all the necessary equipment, bring everything to the client, and provide a convenient service?
Yeah, absolutely. Like fitness and health on wheels, right? And you're able to kind of show up, still have that professional environment of like actually knowing how to teach your client to do what they need to do with the right equipment, obviously, and it's in the convenience of their own home.
Correct.
Tell me, man, you've obviously gone through some trials and tribulations we all have as entrepreneurs. Why do you think, just in your own professional opinion, why do you think that there's entrepreneurs out there that just say, screw it, I'm over it, I'm throwing in the towel?
I'll tell you right now, because they're weak-minded. That's why. Okay. They're weak. People want things to happen overnight. Yeah. There's no such thing. Something sounds too good to be true. It probably is.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's just that simple.
So a lot of these guys, I think sometimes, how do you attribute passion to what you do? Do you think that is extremely important, or do you think the business acumen behind it is more important? Life Nation, we're all striving towards different goals. Maybe your goal is to finally quit the 8-to-5 grind, quit your job, or take the next step with your existing business. Whatever the goal may be, regardless of your reasons, if you are serious about taking the next step and finally trying to build the life that you deserve, the life that you want to live, take the leap of faith. Go to michaellevis.com and let's discuss your goals and life. It's 100% free. There's no obligation. It's michaellevis.com. Schedule a quick call. I'd love to help.
You got to have passion, man. Look, anyone who even spends time with me feels my passion dripping through my skin, coming through my pores.
Yeah, I love it.
You feel it. You feel it. You have to feel it. If you don't have passion, no one's coming on board. No one's going to jump on board in that train. I'll tell you that right now. So if you don't have passion, it's not going to work. Yeah, hands down, passion. You got to be passionate about what you do. You got to be obsessed. You have to be sickly obsessed.
This is something that I like to remind, and I ask those questions, and I keep asking them to try to kind of bear some of that out of our interviewees, I think, on the show, Josh, because of that reason. Because one, you have the passion. I can see it. They can hear it. If you're listening to this or you're watching this, you can see them or hear it on both ends. Josh has a passion. Now, I think a lot of times people get into the game of business not knowing that there's a game of business to be had, that they think that they're just going to start making money. Not necessarily. I mean, you're right. Overnight, there's a big patience aspect to it. And if you don't have that, then it's going to be something, it's going to be trying for you, right? Having patience, knowing there's a long game, but also the passion aspect. Just anybody logical without the passion is going to easily just say, I'm over it, right? But if you're jumping in it for only the money, there's a really good chance that that fire is going to burn out pretty quick.
Agreed. I agree.
What are you excited about right now within your business, within the fitness industry?
Oh, I'm excited about everything, man. I'm excited every single day. Listen, what am I excited about? Well, what I said 12 years ago is coming true. The world is shifting to convenience. Brick and mortar, not all of it, but a majority of brick and mortar is dying. You know, most stores cannot survive with what Amazon's doing. And, you know, in-home fitness is only growing. But the difference between us and what other people have out there is you need accountability. That's never going anywhere. And robots can't replace what we do. Human interaction is never going anywhere.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I can guarantee you, and you probably see this and know this across the board, that how many storage units have thigh masters and shake weights and bikes and treadmills like just thrown in there, or garage that are just thrown in the corner, right? I mean, there's a reason why I coach. There's a reason why I always have coaches. That's why I have accountability. You can name it: speech coaches, coaches, just on business side, mindset. I have them all at any given time. Sometimes I have a few at any given time, depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing during those years or during that season. But that's a really good point. Like, you can get the bike, but you can't. I mean, yes, can you put yourself on the bike? Some of those people have that discipline, but the majority don't. Let's be realistic.
100%. 100%. You know, look, we're in the business of changing people's lives. That's what we do. We do it every day. There's nothing better. It's great to make a living, but it's really great when you can make a difference in someone's life, and that's what we do, and it's fantastic. It's a great way to feel about yourself.
There it is, Josh. Yeah, you just dropped down your why. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people that are excited about why it is that you do versus what you do, and when you do something that has a real true value and that you just simply give a shit, that you win the game. There's so many great products out there, but maybe it's with a snake oil salesman that is pushing more and more and talking more and more versus letting somebody just say, hey, here's my problems. You're right. Let's listening. And so being able to go there and solve problems versus just trying to be everything to everybody is totally a win-win. So I love that. I love that you're more passionate about, sure, the business is going to do great. Yes, you're going to make money, all great results, but it's a really good feeling when you know you're helping somebody, right?
100%. Yes.
What do you feel like, since 2008, you've been jamming with this company. You've been able to create a franchise out of it, which I think is awesome, which is, I think, any kind of service industry, really it tries to do, on whether a true franchise level or truly franchising their business, which means the processes and systems are in place the right way. How are you currently kind of working with that to try to build the life that you want to live? What is your role now within business? Has it become the visionary? Are you still going out there training? What are you focused on right now?
Yes, I'm the visionary of the company, and that's I've been trained anyone now. It's, my God, almost 9 years. But I'm the visionary of the company. Then you have obviously your integrator, which we have, and everything's built out really tight. Obviously over the years we've put in the correct infrastructure, and I focus on my strengths and I delegate all my weaknesses, and that's what I've done over the years, and that's the number one most important thing to do. I think it's absolutely crazy when I hear people talk about, let me focus on my strengths. Why would you do that? Focus on what you're really good at and be good at that.
Yep.
And that's what I do.
Yeah, you can be everything to everybody, especially in a business. We got a lot of chief everything officers listening right now, and I know it, and they know it as well. And I think it's not their fault. A lot of times it's just educating yourself, listening to podcasts, reading the books, watching the videos, and just making sure that you continuously understand what you just said. It's hopefully humbling to those guys, man, honestly, like being able to know where, the pride is out the window. I don't care if you're the toughest and the coolest guy in the world. Who gives a shit? If you don't like spreadsheets, don't do spreadsheets, right? Like, there's someone that does it really well. Let them do it. If you want to be the visionary and you have all these great ideas and you have the people that they're the implementators, like you mentioned, yeah, that's awesome. Build that system. If you don't have the system in place, the valuation of a business is going down 100% if you're the person that does everything.
So true.
So tell me a little, what about like all of your experiences? Give us a good piece of advice out of all your experiences and failures in your business. What is a really good one piece of parting advice that you'd give out before we kind of find out your website, where people can find you? Give us some parting advice to those people listening today.
Advice regarding business, just general business?
Yeah, I think just general business. If there's an entrepreneur out there that's an aspiring entrepreneur, or one that's still currently in business, trying to build them, trying to get over the hump, what would you give them in terms of advice?
I would tell them to do as many uncomfortable things as they could possibly do to allow themselves to get comfortable doing that. I always tell people all the time, I say, listen, if you can get a 16-foot, 30-foot, 40-foot ladder, be very careful as you climb up it, go all the way up to the top and take it to the I'm saying take it to like the most busiest place you could possibly take it to, where there's so many people, and then get to the top and then start singing Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, at the top of your lungs as loud as you can in front of everybody while waving at them, standing in your underwear. That is extremely weird, extremely uncomfortable. If you could do it and be cool with it, you'll be very successful.
That's right. You got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, man. You're absolutely right. There's no hot with no cold, and you have to know what that feels like. If you're doing what's easy, your results are going to be easy and simple. And that's
very true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah, and I love that. Josh, where can people find you, man?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn at Josh York. They can find everything else is Josh York GG on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can just Google Josh York and I pop up.
Awesome. So Google Josh York, check him out. Take a look to see what areas are specifically right now your service is available in.
Yeah, so we service, we have 251 locations. We service over 615 cities in 31 states in 3 countries. So we're pretty much spread out all over through the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Soon working on some deals in some other countries, but we're pretty much all over the place. Well,
Josh, I appreciate your time, and I congratulate you on all your successes. I appreciate you dropping some of your knowledge bombs here and just sharing your story with the guys that are out there trying to struggle it or just kind of in the entrepreneurship game, but also kind of obviously giving them some words of wisdom. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, well, listen, I really appreciate you having me, and listen, it's always a great thing to give back and get some nuggets out there, so I appreciate it, Mike.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Life Nation, you got to remember that in order for things to change, you must change. And in order for things to get better, you must get better. You just got better by hanging out with me, Michael Libas, and the Business and Life Nation. So come back tomorrow because I'm here dropping sound bombs 7 days a week, baby. If you'd like to subscribe, please do, so you can take action and execute. See you tomorrow.